And welcome to Inglewood, California, and America's Game of the Week. It's Week 18 around the National Football League, and away we go. The San Francisco 49ers and Los Angeles Rams go at it to close out the regular season. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck. That's the Hall of Famer, Troy Aikman, and we are glad to have you with us today. Well, the 49ers have won 5 in a row over the LA Rams. What's at stake here today? For San Francisco, they win, they're in the playoffs. For the Rams, they win the division for the third time in 5 years under Sean McVay, and they're the number 2 seed in the NFC playoff picture. With all that's on the line here today, Troy, how do you see this game unfolding?
Well, you look at these two teams, they clearly know each other very well. These coaching staffs know everyone very well. And then, so why have the 49ers been able to win the last 5 games? Well, under Kyle Shanahan, we know that they like to run the football, but especially against the Los Angeles Rams. They are very physical, and they have pounded them pretty good, and they've been able to take the ball away. That's going to be the key once again for the 49ers, or at least the formula that they're going to come into this game with. Now, the bright spot for San Francisco is they got Jimmy Garoppolo back. He's playing with that thumb. How effective will he be? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and we'll find out more specifics about it as we go down to Tom Rinaldi.
Well, Joe, the Niners' playoff chances rest largely in Garoppolo's hand, that throwing hand with that torn ligament in his thumb, as well as the bone chip. Kyle Shanahan told us he watched him make every throw in practice all week, which is why he's the starter. Speaking of Garoppolo pregame, he showed us the tape job on that thumb. We'll talk more about that as things go through, but said the throws 20 to 30 yards, the driving throws at the least arc, that's where it affects him most, when he's got to grip the ball tightest. Also have to get it out quickly. All-world left tackle Trent Williams not available for the Niners, out inactive with an elbow injury, guys. Huge loss for San Francisco.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Tom, when you consider what LA's bringing on the defensive side with their pass rush. He's one of the best players in the league. 49ers won the toss. They defer, so the Rams get the ball to start the day. And a return from Brandon Powell. And he is swallowed up shy of the 15 by Curtis Robinson. And a return of just 14 yards. Let's send it down to the field and Erin Andrews.
Well, Joe, of course, these are the games that Matthew Stafford was brought to Los Angeles to win. But in talking to San Francisco head coach Kyle Shanahan, he said when facing the Rams, it's Aaron Donald. That's the issue. I spoke with LA coaches this week, and they said with everything on the line, Donald has been focused as ever. Donald said, I'm sick of hearing about the losing streak. I'm sick about talking about it. But it's up to us to take care of business and finish all of that.
From the 13, a handoff is to Sony Michel. Ended at the end of August in a good pickup by the Rams with all that's happened at the running back position. A gain of 2, and here is Matthew Stafford, who's tired of talking about turnovers. And what he's been able to do in the fourth quarter has been fantastic for the Rams in his first year since being traded from Detroit.
Well, I think Erin Andrews said it best. I mean, you can talk about the regular season. They come into this game 12-4, chance to win the division and all that goes with that. This team and Matthew Stafford is going to be measured by what they do going forward in the postseason.
And he just rocked back. Should be a false start.
False start. Offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
A little unnerving, I would imagine, for Sean McVay that Stafford rocked back out of there expecting the snap and nobody else moved.
Yeah, that happens sometimes as a quarterback when you forget what the snap count is. Clearly Matthew Stafford did. He was rocking back thinking the ball was going to be snapped. And they got him with the penalty.
Second down and 13 now. They hand him Michel. And he is brought down almost immediately by former Ram Samson Ebukam.
You know, I think going back to that Week 10 matchup between these two teams, I thought the Rams, even though they got behind early, they really abandoned the run. They only ran the ball 10 times in that game. They come out here to start this opening possession, run the ball on first and second down. Nothing to show for it.
Third down and 12, and what a catch by Beckham. A big first down in this initial possession And Beckham with great hands, able to haul it in.
Wow, you're not kidding, because Emmanuel Mosley, who has missed the last 4 games, he gets the start today. He was all over it, but because of the placement of this throw by Stafford, he's able to give Beckham a chance to go up and make a play. That is strong hands by Odell Beckham to be able to haul that in and move the chains on 3rd and long.
Beckham has been better than even the Rams could have hoped for when they signed him after the Browns cut him loose. Stafford underneath to Akers just into the game in his first game action since tearing his Achilles tendon back in July. They thought he would be lost for the year. He healed faster than most would, and here he is.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. That typically is a year recovery for a running back to have torn his Achilles tendon in July, and here we are in January, and he's on the field playing this season. Pretty remarkable.
The Rams just checked in 2 extra offensive linemen on 2nd and 8, and Sony Michel back in the game. And he gets it, and he gets nothing. Lost a yard. Extra offensive linemen or not, this San Francisco defensive front that's been so good over this 8-game stretch is there to bring him down. Here's the offensive line, and now the backs and receivers as this group tries to find their second first down of this first possession.
It's always a little tough to run the football early in games, or typically it is. Things soften up as you move through the game. But man, this 49ers defensive front has been rock solid.
Third down and 9. Stafford floats it. He's got Kupp. Cooper Kupp spinning and still rolling down inside the 30. What a play.
This is just an outstanding route by Cooper Kupp. You got Dante Johnson, who's locked up in man coverage. He has help with the safeties, but they're able to beat the coverage. Coop has been outstanding. He's very difficult, as we know, one-on-one, but even with safety help over the top, Dante Johnson not able to stay in his pocket. That's 2 big 3rd down conversions now for this Rams offense.
46 yards on 3rd and 9. And catch number 139 for Kupp on the season. Here's Michel, and there's just no room. A gain of 1. As we look at this defense, D'Amico Ryans calling the shots now, with Robert Saleh leaving and becoming the head coach with the Jets. That group up front has been outstanding.
It's all about the defensive front. They've gotten better as the season has gone along. D'Amico Ryans right there, the defensive coordinator. Without the same kind of personnel that the 49ers have had in recent years, they've played at a high level. I think Ryans has been outstanding as the coordinator here in his first season.
Here is a screen for Higbee, and the big tight end takes it to the 20. 3rd down and 1 coming up, a gain of 8.
Good call there by Sean McVay. Try to take advantage of this aggressive pass rush by San Francisco. They get the screen game going and make this now a very manageable 3rd down compared to the first 2 that they've converted.
They've converted 3rd and 12, 3rd and 9, now face 3rd and 1. Michel spins and looked like he got enough for the first down. And he did.
It's quite a drive right now for the Los Angeles Rams to get to 3rd and long, to be able to convert and get down in here where now they're in a position to come away with points on their opening drive. It's a far cry from that last game against San Francisco when Matthew Stafford had 2 interceptions, one of which was a pick 6 on the first 8 offensive plays of the game.
Again, 2 extra offensive linemen in. Coleman Shelton and Joe Noteboom. Jab step to his left, back to his right. Sonny Michel to the 15. And Jaquiski Tartt came up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Well, you've talked about it, Joe. The Rams have brought in the extra offensive linemen as now those guys exit the playing field. They bring in their skill players. But I think Sean McVay recognizes that the problem for them in this 5-game losing streak to the 49ers is they just have not matched the physical play that the 49ers have brought, especially in that first matchup this season. And they are trying as best they can to run the football and play physical, but the 49ers have been pretty tough with their running game.
Here is Michel, bends it back, doesn't get much, maybe one, as Fred Warner, the big middle linebacker, was there for San Francisco. And during that 5-game winning streak, you see the points per game for the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. Points per game allowed, a 31-10 win in week 10 after losing Robert Woods the Friday before that Monday night game. 8-minute drive being put together here, now 3rd and 6. Timeout taken by the Rams. We'll be right back after this from Progressive. We talk about a couple of the pieces that are missing for San Francisco. And a big piece is in their secondary in K'Waun Williams, their nickel corner, which is a big piece to the puzzle when you're taking on a team that features Cooper Kupp.
Sure is, and the big pass play to Cooper Kupp, Dante Johnson, who has had to slide to inside to take that position vacated by K'Waun Williams, already has been a factor in this game.
Stafford is swallowed up. And a big play by this defensive front for the 49ers when they needed it most. As Key, Armstead, and Ebukam all came in on Stafford.
Yeah, 4-man rush, and they just do a great job winning up front. You see there Eric Armstead off the edge, and they get the push in the middle. Arden Key right there as well, Bosa, and they just push the pile right back into the lap of Matthew Stafford
to force a 43-yard field goal try by Matt Gay. And the Rams strike first. But they get 3, not 7. Stafford a couple of big completions on 3rd and longs. 3-0 LA early in this Week 18 matchup. Both Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan became head coaches of their respective teams in 2017. So they're in their 5th seasons. And head-to-head, Shanahan's got 6 wins. McVay has 3. And, of course, 1 Super Bowl appearance each. We did the game that San Francisco came so close against Kansas City a couple of years ago, but 21 points put up by the Chiefs in that final quarter. Won the Super Bowl for Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and company, and then Sean McVay and the Rams came up short to the New England Patriots. Flag flies as JaMycal Hasty returns it for 15 yards. At the moment, the ball sits at the 20.
Personal foul, illegal double team block. Receiving team, number 82 and 22. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Let's check in with Carissa Thompson with a game break.
Thank you, Joe. Well, the Colts losing today made this one a whole lot more interesting. Steelers, Ravens tied at 13. Chris Boswell's 36-yard field goal is good. Steelers playoff bound if the Raiders-Chargers game doesn't end in a tie. Joe?
Carissa, thanks. So odds are Big Ben's playing on. Here is a handoff on first down to the rookie Elijah Mitchell. And he gets no yard, maybe a half yard. And we'll take a look at Jimmy Garoppolo playing with that torn ligament in his right thumb, that chip fracture. missed one game with the injury, and he has yet to lose as a 49er to the Rams.
Well, a week ago, he couldn't even throw a football, so the fact that he's lining up here in this win and you're in ball game for San Francisco is much needed. A guy who's won his last 5 games against San Francisco, or against the Rams.
Kittle makes a catch, and he gets wrapped up by Troy Reeder, a gain of 6.
As well as Trey Lance played last week, you know that the team, as well as Kyle Shanahan, were happy to get Jimmy Garoppolo back in the lineup. A guy who, as you mentioned, he's played in big games. He's played in the Super Bowl. It's just a question of how effective can he be. We heard Tom Rinaldi talk about the bandage and the wrap that he has on that thumb. We visited with him yesterday. He's had to adjust how he holds the football, and that's not easy to do. He's had to change even how he throws the ball with his motion. And trying to coordinate all that against this defense, not easy.
3rd down and 4. The pass complete for a 1st down. Pass was caught by Trent Sherfield for 13 yards. And a nice conversion by Garoppolo.
Well, and what Kyle Shanahan said, that, yeah, it may be bothering him, but what he saw in practice was the same Jimmy Garoppolo that he's seen all year. And this throw looks a lot like the same. I mean, that ball is on the money. You wouldn't know he's dealing with anything. And that's a nice conversion for 49ers, much like the Rams were able to do on their opening possession.
9th catch of the year for Sherfield.
1, 2, 4.
Here is a toss to Samuel, and Debo gets popped in the backfield, and Ramsey came up to make the hit.
Well, think back to week 10. In that opening drive by the 49ers, 18-play drive, 13 of those plays were on the ground. And the Rams have been tired of hearing about how they got outplayed and how physical the 49ers have been against them. And here comes Ramsey. That's a big-time hit right there on Debo Samuel, who has been phenomenal when he's carried the ball from the backfield.
A loss on the play, 2nd and 11. Leonard Floyd came across.
Yeah, just get down, Jimmy. You can see Garoppolo knew that he had a free play. They just didn't have a pass play called.
Offside. Defense, number 54. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
You know, this offense, Joe, when you look at the lineups and you see that Colton McKivitz right here is making the start for Trent Williams at left tackle. He has not played a single offensive snap this season. Played a little bit last year, but those snaps were taken at right guard. So this is a little bit new for him. He was a left tackle his last year at West Virginia. But a big game for him, stepping into the lineup for a great player.
Austin Mitchell, right side, swallowed up, lost a yard. And the Rams trying to match what the defensive front of the 49ers did on LA's first possession. And we'll look at the group that makes up the defense for Raheem Morris. With all-world Aaron Donald. There's the linebacker level, Von Miller, coming off a 2-sack game in that come-from-behind win at Baltimore, and Jalen Ramsey is headed to his 5th straight Pro Bowl.
Well, the Rams defensively did their job on 1st and 2nd down. They've gotten the 49ers to 3rd and 8. And now, can they come up with the stop?
This one is floated and incomplete for Hasty. With Travon Howard in perfect position for the Rams. It's 4th down.
I think they got exactly what they wanted. Kyle Shanahan wanted a one-on-one matchup with Hasty coming out of the backfield, and he's got to step on him. It's just a throw that's underthrown, and that's that range that we heard Tom Rinaldi talk about that has been affected by the thumb with Garoppolo throwing in that distance.
Here's a return by Powell up to the 40. And the Rams get it right back. This was there, a bit underthrown and dropped by Hasty. Ramsey made a play on that possession for the Rams.
all that matters right now is about beating the Rams this week.
Could be the Rams, could be the Cowboys, could be the Bucks, could be the Cardinals. They don't care about any of that. They just want to extend their winning streak and get in.
It's a real credit to the coaching staff and these players. They started out the year and had to dig out of that hole. They were 3-5, and they had kind of hit rock bottom about the time when they were facing the Rams there week 10. Obviously that was a big win, and they're playing really good football, and I do agree with those that say nobody wants to face this 49ers team in the playoffs.
Stafford throws, and the pass caught by Sony Michel as he gets 6. By the way, on that third down throw a moment ago by Garoppolo to Hasty, look at the hand of Travin Howard, who's taken over for Ernest Jones. Howard, a converted safety, is the one that knocked it away. That was no drop. That was a good defensive play.
Yes, it was. And Travin Howard, that's really the strength that he brings. Not a real big guy in there, linebacker. He was a safety at one time at TCU before he got moved to the linebacker position. But yeah, he's the third inside guy this year for them. Remember, Kenny Young began the year and then he got traded to Denver. But he showed off some of those coverage skills that he's known for.
DJ Jones shaken up on that last play, so he's out. Handoff here to Michel, and he's back to the line of scrimmage as Kevin Gibbons makes that stop. The defense has done an about face compared to the first 8 games over the last 8 games. It's been a total turnaround and 13 takeaways during this 6-2 stretch.
This 49ers defense does not typically bring a lot of pressure. They feel very good about their 4-man rush. They've got a bunch of them up there at the line right now, but generally speaking, they're going to have to handle the 4-man rush, the Rams front.
They're down in 4. Stafford over the middle. Kupp, catch number 2. And a first down for the Rams, a gain of 7.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp just at 3rd and medium. He just comes right off the line of scrimmage and hooks up against that zone coverage. And, nobody's jamming him up at the line. Turns around. Stafford puts it right on him.
Matthew Stafford now with 21 straight completions dating back to the last game in that on-fire 4th quarter at the Ravens.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp, he has almost 100 more targets than the second most targeted guy for the Rams, that being Van Jefferson. So, I mean, you look at it, sometimes it appears that he's the only guy they're throwing the ball to.
3-0 after 1. Fox NFL Sunday back after this from your local Fox station. List of the most single-season catches in NFL history. Michael Thomas with the 149. That's the record set 2 years ago. Marvin Harrison 143 in 2002. Cooper Kupp entering today with 138. He's got 2 on the day. And then you look at the other record that he's chasing, and that is top receiving yardage years. And it's Calvin Johnson who is catching passes from Matthew Stafford in Stafford's 4th year in the league. That is the benchmark at 1,964 yards. And coming into the game, Cooper Kupp is 136 yards shy of a new record there. Leads the league in catches, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns. It's just been incredible. On first down, we begin the second quarter, and Sony Michel is gobbled up in the backfield by Kentavious Street. A loss of 5.
What a great job by Kentavious Street on the inside. He just beats his man right here. You see him get up the field, just not able to make the block inside. Brian Allen, the center, is the one trying to cut him off.
Stafford throws. There's Kupp. Cooper Kupp has got another Rams first down. And a 16-yard completion from Matthew Stafford.
Well, if you're going to play zone coverage, you're going to have a hard time controlling Cooper Kupp if you're not getting to Matthew Stafford in the pocket. He's got a pretty good job there of managing the pass rush to his front side. Steps up, and there's Cooper Kupp right over the middle of the ball on that dig route. And then matching up against him in man is no picnic either. Now, we saw Dante Johnson on the one big play on the third down. They would prefer, when they go man coverage, to have Jimmy Ward. He's their best cover man.
3 catches, 69 yards for Kupp. Michel slips. And a loss of 1. Tonight, it's a special night of comedy premieres. First, Mayim Bialik is back in the season premiere of Call Me Kat. And then the series premiere of the life-changing comedy Pivoting, Call Me Kat, followed by Pivoting tonight after the NFL on Fox.
You know, Joe, I've thought that there have been times this year where Sean McVay's gotten away from the running games, relied a little bit too much on Matthew Stafford. That's not the case in this game, but boy, they do not have much to show for what they've done on the ground. 10 rushing attempts, just 2 yards.
Here's a good throw and a completion to Higbee. Stafford fitted in there and a gain of 9.
Yeah, Stafford knowing, well, there goes Higbee. He's hobbled going off the field. You know, he has what I think is a pretty significant role for this team in the matchups that he's able to get. He went down a little awkward, and they'll check him out over there on the Rams sidelines.
Came into this game with the second most catches on the Rams team, 83 catches shy of Cooper Kupp.
They go that trips formation. It protects Cooper Kupp from people getting hands on him off the ball.
Pass is caught. First down, Jefferson, and a flag for the hit at the end of it. And Jefferson slow to get up and get off to the sideline. Flag came in for that.
Yep.
Dre Greenlaw.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 57. Half the distance to the goal, automatic. First down.
49ers get Greenlaw back, just his 3rd game played of the year. Been bothered by that groin injury, and he comes back and delivered that shot too high on Van Jefferson.
Yeah, so it gets them a little bit closer now to this goal line. But for San Francisco, I mean, here we are in this first half. 2 really nice drives by the Rams. But if they're not able to punch it in here, not a lot to show for how effective they've been.
Handoff here, left side is Akers. I don't think you can overstate how big a part of the Rams offense Cam Akers was going to be entering his 2nd year, but he tore the Achilles in July. He finished the season last year red hot. And when you think of Sean McVay and how he used to use Todd Gurley, Cam Akers was going to slide into that role, but this is his first game of the year because of that tear in July.
Yeah, they lost Darrell Henderson as well. You know, so they've had some injuries at that running back position. It was a nice pickup when they went out and signed Sony Michel when Akers went down.
Play action from Stafford. Skoranek had turned and was going to block, and the pass incomplete.
Well, Skoranek, he was in motion. That was initially where the first read would have been. But when Skoranek came across in motion, he gets, you can see him as he comes across right there. Arden Key hits him enough to throw him off that really the whole play at that point, there just wasn't much there. So here we are once again, a big 3rd down for this stage of the game, and the Rams have dominated this down in this first half, 5 of 6 already.
Stafford slings it, pass caught, Kupp. And he's going to be a yard short of first down yardage. It'll be 4th down.
Well, they're trying to give a little bit of help. You see right here in the middle, you've got Dante Johnson who's lined up man coverage. He's got safety help, but when you're running those intermediate, short routes, the pivot routes like you got from Kupp, it doesn't much matter if you're getting help. You're locked up one-on-one. He was short of the first down, and the Rams are going for it.
4th down and 1. And another timeout taken by the Rams and Sean McVay. He wants to think about it Big call when we return, and we'll be right back after this from Bank of America. Tyler Higbee's back in there for the Rams. That's important. The Rams, you're thinking about running it. They've rushed it 11 times for 4 yards.
These downs right here, Joe, are like doubling down on blackjack. And if you win those hands, you win money. If you don't, you lose. And this is a chance for the 49ers, who have been dominated here in this first half, to change momentum and not give up any points.
Stafford keeps, throws, touchdown, Higbee.
Didn't we just see Higbee hobble off the field?
Moments ago.
A good call by Sean McVay. 4th and 1, play action, hard play action in the backfield. Higbee sells it, and then nobody there. Really tough on a defense. That's a great job. Stafford lays it up. Perfect.
Matthew Stafford had that string of 24 straight completions snapped on that little dump-off pass to Skoranek. But he keeps here and gets the touchdown. We saw Higbee on that catch right here. And the hit by Fred Warner hobble off. And then into the end zone. From the bad back to the dance. 10-0, Rams on top. Welcome back to America's Game of the Week at SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood, California. During this 5-0 stretch by the 49ers, beating the Rams 5 straight. They've won the time of possession battle by an average of 11 minutes a game. Look at the time of possession here in the first half as the Rams have just dominated the football and the play on the field.
Yeah, they flipped the script because that Week 10 matchup, San Francisco controlled the ball for over 39 minutes. And the Rams, it couldn't have gone any better. And any of those who questioned how would Matthew Stafford come out and play in a really important game, a chance for him to win his first division title, he's been on fire.
49ers now down by 10. We'll start at the 25. We'll send it down to Aaron.
Tyler Higbee feeling absolutely no pain on the sidelines, but this was him during that scoring drive. He limps over to the sidelines. He was actually on the table, you guys, with Neil Elitrosh, the team's head physician, but then missed probably 1-2 plays, came back in, holding his back, but they're calling that a quick fix down here.
Yeah, look out. He'll go deep on the next one they throw to him. You know, last week against the Ravens, he had a season-high 6 catches. He's already gotten 3 and a touchdown in this game.
All right, see if the 49ers can answer. Garoppolo keeps, and ball's knocked out. A'Shawn Robinson knocked it out. And no signal as to who has it.
Boy, it looked like the 49ers had a chance to get on the ball, and I'm not so sure they did. And this is anybody's guess as to who they're going to give the ball to. After it gets knocked out, goes right through Kittle.
The offense, second down.
Just a little loose with the football there, Jimmy Garoppolo. But right there, it looked like Kittle had a chance, but it got away from him. He's on it and just not able to secure it. And I think A'Shawn Robinson might have been the... but he didn't get it. So it's back in 49ers possession.
They're going to say Tom Compton, the right tackle, came out of the pileup with a football. Robinson knocked it out and almost recovered it.
Yeah, that was a heck of a play. He was over there thinking about what could have been had he have been able to secure it.
Brings up 2nd and 24. Garoppolo swallowed up again. Troy Reeder was there, but Garoppolo was bothered from the moment he dropped back, a loss of 3.
Yeah, the Rams right now are just one step ahead. They're going to try to run the screen pass, and the Rams just pick it up. They know what's coming. Garoppolo doesn't want to just throw it away. He tries to make something happen, and there's just nothing there.
So this possession going backward.
Yeah, he's just got to be smart and realize that a punt right now is a good thing. And Shanahan's going to take that decision out of his hands.
Aaron Donald came in and just stoned Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just got to call uncle and say, you can't do anything with it. And there was nothing good that was going to happen if you drop back and you try to pick up this first down. So a good call there by Shanahan. You can see how physical it's getting down the field between these two teams.
3 straight negative yardage plays for the 49ers as Wisnowski hits it. And a return here by Powell. Gets some blocking. Down inside the 20. A 43-yard punt and a 31-yard return by Powell.
I think Wisnowski, I think he gets in the middle of this at the very end of this play. He gets shook up a little bit. He's going to come into your picture. 18. We got blown up right there at the end of that play. Brooks, number 39. Wow. He was on the ground for a little while. He was slow getting up.
And with that, the Rams take over at the 49ers 19. It's the longest punt return against the 49ers this season, 31 yards, as a handoff to Cam Akers is handled by San Francisco. A gain of 1.5 yards, and Aaron Donald fired up on the sideline after making that play on 3rd down.
I don't think Coach liked that check that he just got. He kind of looked at him like, man, that hurts.
Joe DeCamillis, the special teams coordinator, happy with that return by Powell.
Well, we all know what this means to Aaron Donald. The emotion that he showed last year in that playoff loss at Lambeau. The only thing lacking on his resume is a world title.
Stafford, Akers can't get away. Strong tackle by Greenlaw, gain of just 2.
Really good tackle by Greenlaw. Like you said, a guy who just hasn't played much football this year. And shoot, with Marcel Harris out of the lineup, you know, they desperately needed him to be able to play today, and he's in the lineup. But right now they've got the Rams to 3rd down, and this is really important that they not give up another 7 points. I mean, this game could start to get away from them in a hurry.
Rams trying to secure the number 2 seed in the NFC playoff picture, facing 3rd and 6. Stafford, end zone pass is caught. Touchdown. Higbee, his 2nd.
What's he got bothering him now?
Let's make sure both feet are down.
It sure is. He comes down with the elbow. He's locked up with the rookie, Ambry Thomas. What a throw by Matthew Stafford. I mean, I mentioned it. Stafford now 13 of 14, 2 touchdowns. And, man, he has been putting the ball right on the money.
49ers have struggled at cornerback all year. And I'm not sure what corner would have handled that. That was about as perfect a throw as you can find.
Yeah, it's indefensible when you throw the ball and you got a guy like Higbee going up and making a play.
How about a 17-0 start for the Rams? And Sean McVay with his team ready to play here on January 9th. Up big in the first half over their rival. As we welcome you back on America's Game of the Week, a look at the 2 quarterbacks this season for the 49ers. Garoppolo, 14 starts. Trey Lance, 2. Made 1 in week 5, made the start last week in the win over the Houston Texans. The veteran, the rookie, 2 very close. Trey Lance will tell you that Jimmy Garoppolo has been a great mentor, shared a lot of information, and, well, they got a big hill to climb here. They got to win to get in or hope for a Saints loss to get into the playoffs. And now the 49ers not where they want to be. Down big. They're without their big left tackle in Trent Williams and a quarterback who's got a bad hand. Let's go down to Tom Rinaldi.
Well, Joe, as if to put even more pressure now on Garoppolo and that thumb, he decided not to use a brace, but instead a tape job, which we've been showing you throughout. Actually got the idea from Drew Brees and his trainer when he was dealing with the thumb injury. The trainer sent along a visual tutorial on how to manage the tape to apply to the area around the thumb to keep the finger in place and give it its reinforcement. Talking to Garoppolo, he showed it to me before the game. He's adopted it for this week. He may face off-season surgery, but now likely having to pass even more, even closer look at it, guys.
Tough spot. Down 17 and trying to set up a screen, which they do for Kittle. And he loses yardage on that play. Von Miller made the stop, a loss of 2.
Well, that ball came out awfully awkward from Garoppolo's hand. Watch this, end over end. I mean, it just, yeah, I mean, that ball very easily could have been intercepted. You know, it's obvious that it was affected there. Now, what we do know is Kyle Shanahan is not going to abandon the run, or at least I can't imagine that he will. This offensive line, I just don't think will have a chance if they do that. But they have not run the football well at all. When they have run it, the few times they've had snaps offensively.
Garoppolo, Deebo Samuel. And he gets hit immediately by Taylor Rapp, a gain of 6.
So I think we can talk about the thumb, and it's clear that in this league the quarterback has to do his part. But I think if the 49ers don't run the ball better than they have, it won't much matter what's going on with Jimmy Garoppolo's thumb. They're not going to have a chance in this ball game. And it starts right here. I mean, this is a defense for the 49ers. They're already gassed. They've been on the field a lot. And the 49ers desperately need to sustain this drive.
Garoppolo, pass is caught, and it comes at a great time. First down conversion with Juwan Jennings, who's been getting better and better and better.
He really has. He's become a guy that they have a lot of confidence in. He's gotten more playing time. In fact, his catches have all come in the second half of the season. And that's when they lost Mohamed Sanu. And so they've had to rely on him. And because he's been so reliable, Sanu actually has a chance to play. But Jennings has earned the opportunity to stay on the field, and he comes up with a big catch for third down there.
And only the second first down for the 49ers who need to pile those up. Here is a toss to the rookie Mitchell, and he's to midfield. So back-to-back plays to pick up first downs. 13-yard carry by the rookie from Louisiana.
Yeah, that's a start. He's got a little room to run, too. He has been sensational. The way that he's been able to run this year when he's been healthy. He's closing in. He may not get it today, but had he have stayed healthy, he would have been well over 1,000 yards rushing. Missed 6 ball games. He's got speed. He's explosive. He's got good vision, and just another guy in a late-round pick, whether it's Kyle Shanahan or his father, Mike, that has been successful running the football in his scheme.
Garoppolo keeps, throws, got hit, up for grabs, and picked by Taylor Rapp. A'Shawn Robinson delivered the hit on Jimmy Garoppolo. And now a takeaway by this Rams defense. Once that happened, and the Rams up 17 get the ball back. Well, they're the main pieces to the puzzle in the NFC as you look at the Rams and the 49ers. The game you're watching, the Saints and the Falcons 7-6. New Orleans and Seattle leading Arizona halfway through the second quarter in Glendale. 49ers, they win, they're in the playoffs. They lose, they need Atlanta to beat New Orleans. Akers over the right side, gets hit in the backfield. A lot of penetration by these two defenses in the running game. A loss of one. Jaquiski Tartt came up and made the hit.
Yeah, neither team doing anything on the ground. It's a good thing for the Rams that Stafford has come out as hot as he is. We talk about Matthew Stafford and how streaky he can be as a quarterback. Man, once he gets in the groove, look out. And he came out to start this game. You can see the numbers.
27 for his last 28.
This is too easy down here.
Stafford sees it, finds Kupp. The NFL playoffs are here, and it all kicks off with Super Wildcard Weekend. The action gets started with a Saturday doubleheader, followed by a Sunday tripleheader, and for the first time ever, a Wild Card Monday. 3 days, 6 games, one epic weekend. The road to Super Bowl 56 starts here and ends here.
I like this Monday night wild card game that they're going to have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Super Bowl 56 is here in this stadium February 13th. Third down and 3 here for the Rams. Beckham, first down, LA. Here's a game break with Carissa Thompson.
Thank you, Joe. Rams rolling. More good news for their fan base. Seahawks trailing 10-7. Russell Wilson links up with Tyler Lockett, 5-yard score. Hawks in front, 14-10. Joe?
Rams trying to secure their 3rd division title in 5 years under Sean McVay. A win and they won't care what happens with Arizona. Two-minute warning. Here in Inglewood, the home team having all the fun so far with the ball and up 17. All right, Terry and Kurt, thanks. As you see the Rams with the ball, 2 minutes left, first down with the ball sitting at their own 33, one timeout. Rams scored points each of the first 3 times they had the ball. On first down, the handoff is to Michel. Up to the 40 and a nice start. Now inside of 2 minutes with a gain of 7.
Yeah, sure is. And with the score being what it is, as Sean McVay, he'll continue to lean on that running game a little bit more. And as this game moves along, as we get into the second half, some of those runs will start to open up even more.
Longest run of the half for the Rams, the 7 yards picked up there by Michel. They try it again, and a yard short of first down yardage, it appears, as Armstead makes the stop with Nick Bosa. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Akers comes back in. Rushed for 93 yards a game from the 1st of December through the end of the postseason for the Rams. A postseason last year that came to a close at Lambeau. Stafford is sacked. Exactly what the 49ers needed, and Nick Bosa gets there.
Yeah, there was pressure coming from all over the place. Inside, here comes Bosa off the defensive left, but right in the face of Stafford. You're going to see the penetration here in the middle. You know, there it is, 3rd and less than a yard. They go shotgun, empty formation. A little surprised to see that formation when they broke the huddle. And the 49ers finally able to make a big stop.
Bosa had gone 2 games without a sack. He and Eric Armstead combined for that takedown. A timeout taken by the 49ers, and as you said, I mean, you drop back, you're in the shotgun, you're 3rd and 1. This is an opportunity here for the 49ers, who get the ball to start the second half to get something done.
Shotgun formation, no threat of a run with no back in the backfield. There's no doubt Sean McVay would like to have that call back.
Nearly blocked as Curtis Robinson got through, and a fair catch. Hauled in by Travis Benjamin. 51-yard punt. Good punt by Hecker. 49ers have it. 38 seconds left. 2 timeouts, down 17. As we welcome you back to Southern California, beautiful day here in the area. In the early game headlines, the Jags stunned the Indianapolis Colts. That is shocking. And the Colts are eliminated from the playoffs. The Titans secure the #1 seed in the AFC. Though they had their hands full for the majority of the day with the Houston Texans, and TJ Watt ties the NFL single-season sack record. He ends with 22.5, albeit with an extra regular season game. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, here's they're moving on. And during the break, Garoppolo trying to stay warm.
Yeah, he's still over there trying to get a feel for that thumb and how he can grip the ball. And, you know, right now, the 49ers get the ball to start the second half. And he just has to be really smart right here. I mean, go in at half, regroup, figure it out.
He throws and the pass is caught. Beautiful grab by Ayuk. Timeout taken by the 49ers, and there's a little life here for San Francisco with 32 seconds left.
Yes, there is. This is an excellent throw, and Ayuk kind of working through a little tug there by Darius Williams, but he's able to hold him off. A ball that's just slightly behind, but yet a big-time completion to start this drive. Now they're in a position where, you know, maybe they can get something out of it. As long as they can protect and Jimmy can, you know, find the grip. But that was the best throw he's made today.
And the 19-yard completion, the longest play of the game for the 49ers, who have just the 41 total yards in the half. The Rams have run 33 offensive plays and lead by 17. Fewest yards gained by the 49ers in any half, either half under Shanahan, 61. Here is a toss to Samuel after the catch by Ayuk. And Deebo Samuel out of bounds at the 42 with a gain of 8.
Yeah, not bad. They were hoping for a little bit more, but to get a gain like that and then still be able to get out of bounds, pretty good stuff. Deebo Samuel, whether it's him or, you know, we haven't seen Kyle Juszczyk do too much yet and the things that he's capable of doing, but they've got some players with a lot of versatility, and Samuel's been outstanding this year.
Second down and 2. Garoppolo protected. Pass is caught by Hasty. Makes a nice move and has a first down at midfield. And timeout taken by the 49ers. That's their final of the half with 20 seconds left. And we check in with Tom Rinaldi.
Well, should we see a field goal or a punt before the end of this half? Mitch Wishnowsky being evaluated for a head injury, guys. He was taken into the locker room. We saw that big hit that he took earlier in the half. And now the question is, would it be Robbie Gould who would instead handle any punting duties should we see it, as well as how things unfold going into the second half with that damage to the specialist in the kicking game, guys.
He's also the holder for Robbie Gould. Gould, by the way, his career-long 58 yards. That means getting the ball to the 40, but that was in 2013 with Chicago. This year he's hit from 52, which is the 34-yard line. So they're knocking on the door of that right now with 20 seconds left.
20 seconds left, no timeouts. But if they are able to come away with a field goal attempt on this drive, that would be huge going in at half.
49ers have not run a play inside Rams territory until now.
They'll get up and clock it.
And they'll have a shot at a field goal try if they can pull that off. Which they do.
Boy, Ayuk, look at the job that he's able to do. He gets separation, no contested when he comes off the ball, and Garoppolo is able to get it to him. That's a great job of being able, with very little time, 37, 38 seconds on the clock when they got the ball to start this drive, and hit a couple nice passes to Ayuk. It's really good. Here's Juszczyk. He's the one who's, what can't he do? He might be the punter.
Kyle Juszczyk will hold with Wishnowsky out. 42-yard try is nailed. So go back to the 3rd and less than 1 for the Rams. They suffer the sack. 49ers get 3 points, and get the ball to start the second half. And the first half stats are brought to you by State Farm, as the 49ers feel good about things, a little better about things, going off to talk about the first half in their locker room. You look at the stats, time of possession, everything dominated by the Rams, who lead by 14. The snap, the hold, Kyle Juszczyk does literally everything. And it's 17-3. Stay tuned. Verizon halftime coming up after this from your local Fox station. That was today's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. 17-3 at the half. And the 49ers going to get the ball to start the second half, trying to win to get into the playoffs. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman with you. And I think the one topic we need to talk about, again, is Matthew Stafford. I mean, he's about to turn 34. He's in his 13th year. He's thrown one incompletion. He's been really good today, and a big reason why the Rams are on top by 14.
Yeah, no doubt, because they haven't been able to run the football. So if Matthew Stafford hadn't come out playing as well as he's been able to play, you know, this game would look a lot different. So that's a good sign for the Rams. Well, for the 49ers, I think what the good sign is that last drive for Jimmy Garoppolo, he made a couple big-time throws. We're able to come away with 3 points in very little time, and now to get the ball to start this second half. You know, can they find a running game to take some of the pressure off of him?
Stafford has never won a division, or been part of a division winner, better said. We'll check in now down on the field with Tom Rinaldi.
Well, Joe, talking to Kyle Shanahan heading in at halftime, he said it was crucial to get on the board before the half expired to settle his offense down. As for Jimmy Garoppolo, in his words, he saw zero limitations, and now he was throwing the ball. So certainly nothing to suggest any switch at quarterback. More importantly, the ability to get him some time to actually throw. There you see Robbie Gould, who is going to be taking over the punting duties, it seems, with Wishnowski still being examined for the head injury, guys.
Here's Elijah Mitchell, who gets 3.
I would have bet money it was going to be Kyle Juszczyk as the punter.
I feel like you're kind of disappointed.
Well, a little bit. I mean, it doesn't seem to be anything that Juszczyk can't do. It was a great job by him taking over as the holder. You know, clearly something that he works on during the week, but to do that in a game, it was well done.
Check in with Aaron after this next play. 2nd and 7. Here's Samuel. Debo, full head of steam out to the 32, wrapped up by Aaron Donald. As those two friends reunite, let's go down to Erin Andrews.
They are good friends, Joe. Hey, Sean McVay telling me coming out of the locker room, let's give San Francisco their credit. They got on the board, but he is thrilled the way this defense is playing all around. Checked all the boxes that they told us about in our calls. Offensively, as you guys mentioned, he wants to run the ball here. He said we need to sustain drives. And finally, he would have punched it like Tom Rinaldi loves it. We got to finish. Rinaldi, that was for you.
They're down in 3. Extra men on the rush. Garoppolo somehow hangs in and completes to Hasty. What a good job by Jimmy Garoppolo under heavy pressure by Aaron Donald.
Boy, you're not kidding. They run a game up front. They don't pick it up. The offensive line, Garoppolo hangs in there. It's a really nice job by Hasty as well. As you see Donald come around. But Hasty does a good job of navigating some traffic so that he could get into the route. You're going to see what Hasty does and then how Donald comes around and wins in the middle. A lot of individual efforts right there in order to convert that 3rd down.
Garoppolo steps into it, and wide open is Ayuk. Inside the 25. And the 49ers making noise, and they have life.
Well, Darius Williams doesn't carry it because he sees the hard play action fake in the backfield. So he stays at the line of scrimmage. Ayuk is able to get into that little void, and Garoppolo puts it on him. Right here's the look. And he's looking in the backfield, and then you see that Ayuk gets in behind him, and a lot of area there for them to get the ball to him. Ayuk's come up big now in the last 2 drives that they've had, the one before the end of the half and now to open this third quarter.
4 catches, 76 yards for Brandon Ayuk. That last one for 31. There's a 2-yard pickup here by Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, this is, that coming out at the end of that first half, being able to put together a drive, get the 3 points. They've been able to carry that momentum. Obviously much more confident starting this third quarter in their ability to move the football.
Ayuk had 4 catches for 94 yards against the Texans in that win on Sunday. 2nd and 8. Pass over the middle to Kittle. And Kittle is brought down by Reeder. Gain of 6.
Yeah, that's the double screen. They fake the screen one way, come back, fake it the other way, and then you leak the tight end into the middle of the field. The Rams actually played it pretty well there in the middle. A lot of times you get guys running out of there, and then there's a huge gain to be had once you get the ball to the inside guy. But you got Reeder right there. He doesn't really bite on it too much, so a nice play, but not able to pick up the first down.
3rd down and 2. First down, Samuel. Debo is in for the touchdown. And listen to the 49er fans in attendance here. They're an extra point away from a 7-point game.
Jauan Jennings, number 15, he comes in, he takes out long, and then it's just a foot race, and Samuel's able to get to the pylon. I mean, you think about this game and how the Rams have dominated it, with the exception of the 60-yard drive for a field goal to end the half, and here they are, you make this extra point, and it's a 1-possession game.
Which it is. Well, this is a game, and these are the things that young Jauan Jennings is doing to help and to stay in the lineup. Samuel takes it in. 7-point game in Inglewood. Welcome back to America's Game of the Week at SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood, California. 7-point game now. 17-0, now 17-10.
Well, the Saints are winning big in their game, so the 49ers are going to have to win if they're going to get into the postseason, or at least that's how it's looking.
You see what Debo Samuel's been able to accomplish this season. 8th rushing touchdown this season. Most by a wide receiver all time. You have to go back to Lenny Moore back in the early 60s to find anybody else who did what Debo Samuel is doing for the 49ers here in 2021. And now 2022, Fox Super 6 is giving you another free chance to win $100,000 of Terry's money. Just scan the QR code and enter the wildcard contest this week. Your chance at the jackpot. Download the Super 6 app now and play for free. Well, let's see how the Rams answer here as they start this drive at the 25.
Well, we heard Erin Andrews after she talked to Sean McVay that he wants to, get that running game going and try to pound on him a little bit, but the way that they've moved the football is with Matthew Stafford, and now with it a 1-possession game, we'll see.
Here's Michelle on first down, getting 3. The general manager, John Lynch, is in a suite here at SoFi, and while the Saints score a touchdown, he's not even watching.
No, he was, though. He was early. He got one eye on that game and one eye on this game.
There he is. I mean, he's only human.
The great John Lynch. What a job he's done. He's one of the best people in football as well.
Our former colleague at Fox and a great human being. 2nd down and 7. And off to Michelle. Not much. Back to the line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd down.
Well, you always know with these two teams who can win the line of scrimmage, and man, there has just not been a lot there. You know, the 49ers have gotten a little something going. They did on that drive running the ball, but Cam Akers, he's got just 3 yards on 3 carries. Sony Michel, 14 yards on 14 carries. I mean, it's just nothing on the ground for the Rams.
Third down and 7. Stafford throws, pass incomplete. Stafford under pressure. Dre Greenlaw got through, and Nick Bosa was there to follow up. It's 4th down.
Yeah, I mentioned it. Rarely do the 49ers blitz. It's just not part of what they do. They are typically a 4-man rush, but here they come. And they've got a free rusher on Stafford. He gets the ball out. He hangs in there as long as he can. You see Greenlaw, he's the free rusher, and Stafford knows it, but just not able to complete that pass. So the 49ers hold up defensively and do their job.
Benjamin will stay away. And it hits a Rams player at the 25. 46-yard punt. Nick Scott there for the Rams. Greenlaw got the pressure. 49ers get the ball right back after forcing their first 3 and out. Down 7. Give a little history on America's Game of the Week. Kyle Shanahan and Raheem Morris have served on the same coaching staff 3 times. With the Bucs back in 04 and 05. Later, Raheem would be head coach in Tampa Bay. With Washington in 2012 and 13. And Atlanta in 15 and 16.
Well, these two coaching staffs, they know each other very well. McVay served under Kyle Shanahan at Washington when he was the offensive coordinator. McVay was the tight ends coach for 4 years. These staffs, like I said, these teams in general, very well coached. Both of these staffs do a great job, and both head coaches are outstanding offensive minds.
Here's Mitchell. Broke a couple of tackles and turns that into a nice gain on 1st down as he gets 7, almost 8.
Wow, that's some good, tough running right there. After he gets this ball here, he's able to break that tackle, but here finishing strong on that run with Fuller coming up to make the play. And you know, I asked Kyle Shanahan, what is it that you look for most when you're evaluating a running back? Because they've had so much success, and he said, if a guy can find the hole, if he naturally knows where the hole is, he can play in our offense. And that's one thing you can't coach, and that's what Mitchell has.
And here is Mitchell, who is trying to drive for a 1st down. He's a yard short. For the 49ers overall, they've had a lot of success with late-round draft picks, but with either Kyle Shanahan or his dad, Mike Shanahan, they've had, I mean, 1,000-yard backs, 1,500-yard backs that were free agent pickups, let alone low draft picks.
Well, their scheme is so good. Of course, you go back to Alex Gibbs there with the Broncos when Mike Shanahan was the head coach, and you know, their zone running game and the one-cut runners, and they, yeah, if you get a guy who knows where the hole is, their scheme is so good, they're going to have success.
Here is a 1st down carry by Hasty. So you start thinking about it. Bobby Turner is their running backs coach, 72 years old. He's coached in the Shanahan system since Mike brought him to Denver in '95, and what a job he's done with names like Terrell Davis and Clinton Portis, but getting a lot out of Olandis Gary and Mike Anderson and Reuben Drones and Tatum Bell, Alfred Morris, Devontae Freeman. I mean, the list goes on and on. And it's the scheme as much as it's the player. 1st down, San Francisco. Hand off again, Deebo Samuel. And think of what Shanahan's done for Deebo Samuel. An 8-yard carry.
Well, I think if you take what Mike Shanahan did all those years in the running game, Kyle certainly learned from that, but then he's expanded on that. They have a little bit more of a power running game, and the things that he's done since taking over here in San Francisco has been phenomenal. Now, a lot of that has been under center. They've gotten away from being under center much this year. That they're not as dominant under center in their running game. They've changed some of their looks. Garoppolo having a hard time taking snaps.
Samuel picks up a first down, and that's not just a gadget. I mean, this is a thick, wide receiver who is powerful from the waist down. And, I mean, he's just a good running. He's a good receiver. But hand the ball off. This is not trickery. This is a guy that can pick up tough yards.
Well, I remember when we first started watching Deebo Samuel as a rookie, Kyle Shanahan said he's like a running back when he gets the ball in his hands after the catch, and wasn't surprised that he started then using him as a running back, something he didn't do in college. And he's proven this year that this is just the second time that Garoppolo has been under center in this game, because it's painful taking a snap with that thumb.
Toss to Mitchell, has a hole, and he finds it. On this possession, Troy, 6 runs, no passes, and they're inside Ram territory, down by just 7.
So this is how they opened up the game on that 18-play drive week 10 with 13 runs, an 88-yard drive for a touchdown. They have not, as we know, been able to run the ball in the first half. And now those runs that I talked about, they're starting to pay off, and they are imposing their will on this defensive front.
Another run on a toss to Mitchell. Runs into the arms of Donald, and he got up to first down yardage. We'll see if it's enough. He's close.
So in that game, week 10, the 49ers ran the ball 44 times. Kyle Shanahan said, yeah, that's the formula coming into this game. We want to run it. Unlikely we'll get to 40, would sure love to, but we definitely want to hit 30. And if we can do that, then we'll be in this game with a chance to win.
3rd down and inches.
They're at 17 rushing attempts right now.
Garoppolo looked like he got it, and he did. '49ers now bring in 2 tight ends, with Dwelley joining Kittle. After getting a first down on 3rd and inches on the sneak by Garoppolo.
Well, we'll see if he's going to stick with the running game. Like you said, Joe, 8-play drive, 8 runs, no passes. They get a new set of downs. Kyle will stick with it. I'd be thinking hard play action right now on first down.
Dwelley and Charlie Warner, the tight ends, and you saw Kittle check out after that last play. A bit shaken up. Another run and another big pickup by Mitchell. 9 yards.
They get right in behind the 2 tight ends. They got Kyle Juszczyk. He's leading the way. And just some good, tough physical running here by Elijah Mitchell. Hard to imagine that this young man fell to the 6th round. The 49ers had 3rd or 4th round grades on him. So when he was on the board at 6th round pick, it was a no-brainer for John Lynch to pick him up.
2nd and 1, first down pickup. Mitchell again.
Raheem Morris has seen this story before, and he's not liking it. There's not a defensive player in the league that wants to see an offense just run the football right down their throat. And some good, tough, low running. This is impressive.
Jeff Wilson now comes in. 10 straight running plays by San Francisco.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would think they'd motion Deebo Samuel back into the backfield.
He gets it, gonna throw it, wide open, touchdown, 49ers, Jennings. And the first throw on that possession isn't by Garoppolo, it's by Deebo Samuel for the touchdown. Now 1 for 2, throwing the ball to Samuel this season with a touchdown.
Well, they set it up. You can't set it up any better if you haven't even thrown a pass. Get the ball to Samuel. And Jauan Jennings, he 1 catch per ball, please. He bobbled it a little bit, but he was able to haul it in just in time. That's a great drive for San Francisco.
Juszczyk gets it down. Gold knocks it through. It was 17-0. It's now 17-7. Samuel Jennings, his 4th touchdown of the year. And we're all tied in Inglewood.
Here's a look at that touchdown pass by Deebo Samuels. Here's Jauan Jennings. You can see he comes off the ball, shows run, collisions right here with Jordan Fuller. But then he slides into the end zone. But you're going to see Jauan Jennings, the reason he bobbles the ball, he looks over at Taylor Rapp to see where he was coming over from the safety position, and then doesn't locate the ball quite as cleanly as what you'd like. But he was so wide open. Well, that would have been a disaster if he doesn't make that catch.
Deebo Samuel, his 2nd career pass attempt, his 1st completion and touchdown. He's now got a touchdown pass and a touchdown run in this game. And the Rams, after going 3 and out for the 1st time in the game and just the 24th time all year, 3rd fewest in the league in 3 and outs. Last time they had it, take over at the 25 in a tie game.
Well, they tried to get that running game going the last possession, and it didn't work out so well. And I think now that the 49ers have tied this up, I'm not so sure that they're just not going to open this thing up and let Matthew Stafford do his thing, because he has been on fire in this game.
Play action here. And sacked. Play made by DJ Jones. His 2nd of the year.
Yeah, this is not good by this Rams offensive line. They go play action, slide protection, max protection. They got an extra blocker up there, and yet they just get beat up front. DJ Jones has been impactful throughout this season. He's an outstanding run player. But boy, for a guy over 300 pounds, he is cat quick, and he makes a big play for the sack on 1st down.
3rd of the game for the 49ers, 2nd of the year for DJ Jones. 2nd and 17, pass incomplete for Sony Michel. And this opportunity is circling the drain for the LA Rams. Not going down it yet, but this is ugly.
This is ugly, and the momentum has definitely shifted. Now everything going against the Rams, everything in favor of the 49ers, and now Matthew Stafford needs to be careful here on 3rd and long.
Airs it out. Skowronek, he's picked. Intercepted by Emmanuel Moseley.
It's close as to whether or not he was touched and whether or not he can actually advance this ball. Right at the point of the interception, was there contact? There might have been.
Either way, it's a pick. And now a turnover by the Rams and another interception thrown by Stafford. It's all 49ers in this 2nd half. Well, as they looked at it, they did the expedited replay. And it wipes away a 23-yard return. Right here is Skowronek. Got his feet tangled with Emmanuel Moseley. But John Lynch, forget the Saints game.
Yeah, he's not watching that quite as closely now,
No.
is he?
His team's come roaring back. They've scored 17 unanswered. One side's frustrated, the other side elated, trying to win and get into the postseason.
Well, now this Rams defense, they're a little fatigued. They weren't over there on the sidelines very long and having to come right back out.
Tossed to Mitchell. Breaking tackles. And that could have been a loss. Instead, it's a pickup of 3 as A'Shawn Robinson got through. And on that Rams sideline, McVay basically holding a team meeting, at least an offensive meeting for the most part.
Well, he's got them all. He's got the defensive players over there as well, listening in. You know, this all started, this surge by the 49ers, when the Rams went empty, shotgun formation on 3rd and a foot there at the end of that second quarter. They didn't make it. Stafford got sacked, and it's been all 49ers ever since.
Garoppolo throws, pass is bobbled, and Ayuk does a great job to avoid a pick.
It's the right idea. Garoppolo knows that the ball just got away from him a little bit. He hit this one earlier. It's still one that Ayuk should catch. It's behind him. He made this catch in the first half. The exact same throw. Fortunate when the ball goes up like that. It's a good chance that ball is intercepted. So an incomplete pass. Short of catching the ball, best case scenario.
49ers 5 straight 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 7. Garoppolo, pass incomplete for Jennings. And it'll be 4th down for San Francisco when the 4th quarter begins. Back after this from your local Fox station. Well, here is the turning point in the game. Rams leading 17-0, 3rd and less than 1 at their own 42. They line up in shotgun. Under a minute left in the half, and Stafford gets sacked. They punt, and the 49ers turn that into 3 points, a little bit of momentum. They've added 14 more since, and the game is tied at 17. And now Robbie Gould instead of Mitch Wishnowsky will be punting, and Robbie Gould has 3 career punts on his resume, and the last time he did it was 2007. Wishnowsky is out with a head injury.
First thing, just secure the snap.
Short punt, but takes a good 49er bounce. All the way down inside the 20 to the 18. And what a half this has been for the offense, for the defense, for Robbie Gould, who just punted it 47 yards. Rams get it back. Tie game. What a beautiful day in Southern California. What a game this has turned into. And it's because of what's happened here in the second half. Deebo Samuel ran for a touchdown and then threw for a touchdown to Jauan Jennings to tie it. Last time the Rams had it, interception number 16 on the year from Matthew Stafford, who has 40 touchdown passes. And he and the offense for LA takes over with the ball sitting at their own 18. Jaquiski Tartt, the starting strong safety for the 49ers in the medical tent. And Stafford nowhere to go with it. Was under pressure and tried to dump it off to Sony Michel. Incomplete.
I'm not exactly sure why he didn't throw this quick out. They had Odell Beckham and Cooper Kupp to his right. That's where he came out. It's a quick pass. 3-step drop is going to. But something just spooked him off it.
Stafford is able to get it away and avoid the sack. Nick Bosa was all over him, and now Matthew Stafford 0 for 5 with the interception in this second half.
There's big Nick Bosa coming off the edge, and actually Eric Armstead was the one who was forcing him up into the pocket, and then Bosa there to force the ball out quick.
Stafford 1 incompletion in the first half. No completions in the second half.
Here's Kupp in the slot.
'49er fans making noise. Pass, Jefferson caught it. And what a big throw by Matthew Stafford for 24.
A really good route by Van Jefferson, but Matthew Stafford, he had to step up in the pocket. The offensive line had to hold him off. And they've had a hard time doing that the last several possessions. But Stafford's able to slide up in the pocket. You're going to see here they come off the edge. He slides up, and he's able to lay it right in there perfectly to Van Jefferson. For his first completion of the second half, came at a big time.
And their first down.
You're right, Joe, you're right. A lot of 49er fans in this stadium. On that last play, it felt like the Rams were playing on the road.
No doubt. Stafford out to his right. Throws back across the field. An incomplete, dangerous throw for Sony Michel. And let's check in with a game break with Carissa.
Thanks, Joe. Cardinals Seahawks tied at 17 following a Russell Wilson interception. Kyler Murray hands it off to James Conner, who punches it in from 1 yard out, his second of the day. Cardinals back in front, 24-17. Joe.
Well, the Cardinals score was a lot more irrelevant for the Rams when it was 17-0 LA in the first half.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. Cardinals clinch the NFC West with a win and a Rams loss. 2nd and 10. Stafford, incomplete, able to stay upright. Bosa was there again, along with Kevin Givens. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, this front four came into the game talking about them, and we've been talking about them throughout this game. It is a 4-man rush, and everything happens with this defense by how that group plays. And they have really been applying the pressure on Stafford. I mean, he's fighting defenders off of him as he's trying to find receivers down the field.
On 3rd down, in trouble again, and down he goes. Fred Warner makes a play. Along with Arden Key, and a loss of 10, it's 4th down.
This time they go a 5-man rush, and when they've brought that, they have gotten home. And you're going to see the game, and here comes Fred Warner around the outside, and with the pressure on the other side and interior-wise, just nowhere for Stafford to step up and try to avoid his lineman and get the ball out. This defensive front for the 49ers have taken over the game.
4th sack of the game for San Francisco's defense. Beautiful punt by Hecker. He drives Benjamin back, and Benjamin gets a little breathing room as he made a man miss. 12-yard return. McVay and Stafford talk it over. 17-17, 4th quarter. 45th anniversary of John Madden and the Raiders Super Bowl win, Super Bowl 11, wearing these pins on our lapels for our late colleague, the great John Madden, the Hall of Famer in many different ways, and his family will light the torch tonight for the Las Vegas Raiders in their game at home against the Chargers.
Yeah, the outpouring has been amazing over the last week and a half after the passing of John and how much he's meant to our game. It's interesting how one day, one afternoon like that, all those years ago, can be carried with you the rest of your life.
Here's a toss to Mitchell, who cuts back, and another good start to this possession, and doing it on the ground to the 49ers as Elijah Mitchell gets 13 yards.
Yeah, as much as the defensive front for the 49ers have taken over, this offensive line for the 49ers and Elijah Mitchell have started to impose their power at the line of scrimmage, in the way that they've been able to get back to 49ers football and run the ball the way that they have. And now we have a Rams player on the field.
Jordan Fuller got up, went back down. They check on him. 1st down for the 49ers when we come back. Well, Jordan Fuller needs help to get to the sideline. Watch Alex Mack, 50, step on the back of Fuller's right ankle.
You know, it was Jordan Fuller's interception last week against Baltimore when they were down 10-0 that turned that game around.
So fresh off right thumb surgery, wearing a cast, Nick Scott, 33, comes in. For the 49ers, they ran the ball for 10 yards in the first half, 90 yards so far in the second half. And Troy, they're doing it with 2 backup tackles against this defense for the Rams that had been gaining momentum with the addition of Von Miller and Leonard Floyd and Aaron Donald, but the 49ers are getting it done.
Yes, they are. And off of that running game, a whole lot of things start to open up with the play action game.
Back to it. And Mitchell is brought down by Von Miller. First time we've said Miller's name in this game, no gain. Second and 10. Trent Williams unable to go with the elbow sprain. Lynchy's been out, so Compton's been at right tackle. Colton McKivitz, 68, is held up at left tackle so far. Quick throw to Samuel. And takes the convoy for a first down and inside the 35.
Well, Ramsey sees it right away, and Juszczyk is in the slot, and he's able to at least get a little bit of him, because initially it looked like it was going to get blown up and nowhere for Samuel to go with the football. Just good, tough running after he gets it. You know, one guy you're able to make miss, and then it turns into a big play.
32 yards. Deebo Samuel's thrown a 24-yard touchdown pass, run a 32-yard touchdown run, and now a catch in the ball game for 32 to give him 46 for the ball game, as Samuel here is brought down by A'Shawn Robinson, who's had a nice game. 94 for the Rams. One guy who up front has really played well.
He has played well, and Deebo Samuel showing some toughness on that run, even though there was no yards gained. And it was in that Week 10 matchup that they started running him inside. Usually when they handed him the ball, which wasn't often, it would be on the perimeter, or they'd throw the ball to him out of the backfield. But in that game, Week 10, they started allowing him to run between the tackles, and he was the only guy who had much success on the ground in that game, and they've been using him that way ever since.
Here is Mitchell inside the 30. This game is a little bit like the 49ers season. They got off to that 3-5 start. According to head coach Kyle Shanahan, they were at rock bottom when they beat the Rams on that Monday night. They've won 6 of 8, including that Week 10 game since then. And here they are, down 17-0 in a blink. They've tied it, and now they're inside field goal range here in the fourth quarter, trying to stamp their ticket to the postseason. Third down and 4. Garoppolo wide open. Ayuk. First down inside the 20.
Well, really good job, and when you get to third downs, you got to be able to secure 99. You can't let Aaron Donald ruin your game, and he's in here in the middle, and they're able to get 2 guys on him and not let him factor in and pick up a big third down. 4 hands on Aaron Donald at all times.
First down at the 18. Back to the ground game, and back to Mitchell.
So I mentioned that Kyle Shanahan said that 30 was the number. Yeah, you'd like to get to 40 rushes like they did the last time they played them. But if they can get to 30, they'll be in it with a chance to win. That was the 25th carry in this game. So they're continuing to stick with it even in the first half when they weren't having success. 2nd and 10 a moment ago. They run the ball, they pick up 6 yards, made it a very manageable third down, which they convert.
Second down and 9.
Well, that didn't look good at all.
That'll make it 2nd and 14.
False start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
The other thing Kyle talked about with us was, yeah, the Garoppolo thumb injury is a big deal. He said what scares me more is playing this game without Trent Williams. who's out with the elbow sprain, his second missed start of the season. But when you do that against the Rams, the way they can play up front, and with, as he said, the way Aaron Donald can take over and wreck a game, he was concerned. Trent not playing. So far, so good.
Well, in 2021, Trent Williams has been the best tackle in football. So that's a big loss. But McKivitz, with no experience at left tackle this year.
Here's one batted up and intercepted by Ramsey. A juggle all the way into the end zone and the interception. Jalen Ramsey makes a play when the Rams absolutely needed it. Able to keep it in the air and secure the pick in the end zone. What a play by Ramsey. Still tied. Mike Pereira, we watched Jimmy Garoppolo come off the field complaining about this hit to the head.
I think he has a right to complain because Reeder on the follow-through hits him. It has to be forcible contact, but the way that the quarterbacks have been protected all year, that is one that I think should have been called.
Instead, it's the 15th career interception for Jalen Ramsey on a great play, juggling it all the way to the end zone. Then he returned it out to the 8 as Kupp gets it on the handoff. And a good start to this possession for LA. Cooper Kupp carries for 19.
They needed to get something going and not have Matthew Stafford be the one to do it. So they get the ball into Cooper Kupp and pick up a nice gain, and now they've got some room to operate. What gets lost in that interception, yes, I think that there should have been a penalty there, but the Rams bring pressure, and it was that pressure that forced the throw to be off target a little bit that led to the interception by Ramsey.
Reeder and Leonard Floyd with the pressure. Here's a handoff to Akers, and he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Bosa. Loss of 2.
Go back here on the play. Here's the hit, of course, on Garoppolo where the penalty could have been called. And then on the tail end of that, the ball's behind Kittle, but Ramsey being able to stay with it and make a play on it. Those are the, they talk about great players. When you get into big games like this, your best players have to show up and make those kinds of plays, and Ramsey did when they needed it most.
2nd and 12. Cooper Kupp on what could have been a record-setting day hasn't been targeted this half.
Whoa, that could be a penalty.
Slam to the ground.
Wow.
Akers is made by Dre Greenlaw. No flag.
Yeah, Greenlaw was looking around after he picks him up and slams him to the ground. I definitely thought that should have been a penalty also.
Only 5 total penalties in this game today. 3rd down and 6.
Well, there's a lot of noise in this stadium. And it's all 49ers fans with the Rams having the ball in their possession.
Backpedaling as he throws, and Kupp has got it. What a catch! And Stafford comes away limping.
They go press on the outside, and so whenever they do, the inside receiver, a lot of times you run that fade, and you have all kinds of room in order to drop it in. You see, there goes Kupp, pressed on the outside, all kinds of field to lay it, and he makes a play over Jimmy Ward. But right now, just how severe is this injury to Matthew Stafford?
They needed 6 for the first down. They got 30. Cooper Kupp now 6 catches, 114.
Yeah, Ward just never gets turned around. Like I said earlier, he's their best cover man, but he's not able to get his head turned around to find the ball.
Akers slipped a bit when he got to the line, picked up a couple. And a flag comes in at the end of the play. And it's against San Francisco.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 57. 15-yard penalty, automatic,
First down.
That's Greenlaw.
Yeah, they didn't get him earlier when he picked him up and slammed him, but they got him on the face mask penalty. On this play, he's twisting his head. You see Akers.
Cooper Kupp, by the way, at 114 receiving yards. 22 yards shy of a new NFL record, albeit with one more game in the regular season. Hand off to Michel. Nice cut. First down, Rams. And I know it doesn't surprise you that he got a good block from Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, not at all. This guy does it all. Now he's lead blocking. He leads the way, but just really great vision there by Sony Michel. He puts his foot in the ground, gets in behind Kupp. Kupp takes him on. I mean, we talked about it coming into this game, Joe. As great a year as Cooper Kupp has had, he's the best wide receiver in the league that I've seen this year blocking in the run game. And not only is he good at it, he loves doing it.
First and goal from the 9. Michel. Greenlaw. Gain of 1.
Well, this game, as we see, under 4 minutes to play. The 49ers were down here just minutes ago, and Jalen Ramsey and this defense, they came up with a play. And now it's what the 49ers are looking for. Can they make a stop? And better yet, can they force a takeaway?
'49ers have turned it over twice, Rams once. Second and goal. Michel. Just inside the 4. Remember the long pass to Cooper Kupp when Stafford came away limping. Limped his way downfield, but appears to be fine. Now third down and goal.
That's Sony Michel out. Here's Odell Beckham. He hasn't been much of a factor in this game.
Stafford, end zone, Kupp. He's got it for the touchdown.
That's unbelievable. The defense has 13 yards to defend. And they throw the ball right into the back of the end zone, and Kupp, you're going to see Kupp, he's able to get back there. The corner on the outside, Emmanuel Mosley, he's thinking that maybe he can fall underneath that throw, but yet Stafford fits it in there perfectly. It's hard to believe that Cooper Kupp would be the guy who catches that pass in that situation.
And puts the Rams up by 7. Cooper Kupp in the ballgame, 7 targets, 7 catches, 118 yards, and now a touchdown. Here's the big conversion on third down. He delivers the block on Dante Johnson to help Michel set up first and goal. And then on third and goal, back corner of the end zone. Thanks for coming.
Matthew Stafford makes some big-time throws on that drive. They got the running game going a little bit to help them. Started with the jet sweep action with Cooper Kupp when they picked up the nice gain to start this drive. But this ball's just threaded right between 2 defenders. Emmanuel Mosley is caught. They go high-low with not much field to defend. And yet Stafford's able to drive that ball into Kupp.
A 92-yard touchdown drive that started with that 18-yard run by Kupp. And now the 49ers have their chance to answer, trying to win to get into the postseason. Now with under 2.5 to go, down by 7. Points off the takeaway by Jalen Ramsey. February 6th, a storied venue that's seen basically everything, has never seen anything like this. NASCAR comes to the Los Angeles Coliseum for the very first Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. Sunday, February 6th, only on Fox. 9,200 cubic yards of fill and aggregate base material, 6,900 yards of asphalt track and apron paving, over 3,800 feet of temporary track walls put in place. As they check out the leg or the foot of Stafford, who has some relief on the bench, up by 7. Garoppolo, Kittle, play made. Darius Williams. Again for the 49ers, it appears that their way and only way into the postseason is a win here today. Down by 7, pass over the middle, and it's incomplete as Kittle got popped by Nick Scott.
Well, he sure did. That was close. I don't know if he got hit prior to the ball or it was just perfect timing. Here's a closer look at it. Yeah, right about bang bang.
Again, playing with a cast on that right hand is Scott. 3rd down and 10. Garoppolo is sacked. Von Miller. And what a way to get to the 2-minute warning with 1:57 left. Had 2 last week. Gets a big one here today. And these fans here in Inglewood getting their money's worth. 4th down when we come back. Well, 1:57 remains. It's 4th and 18. 49ers have 3 timeouts. Rams haven't been able to run much against them. That's the good news. The bad news is Mitch Wishnowsky, the punter, is out, and so Robbie Gould is punting and starting his approach here from about his goal line. And he better come up with something big here, or the chances for the 49ers may go right down the drain.
Yeah, there's a chance that they may get a return to where they put themselves in field goal range before they even have to take a snap. This needs to be the best he's ever done.
Pretty good. Brandon Powell has to back up. And a fair catch just outside his own 40. So for Robbie Gould, a 47-yard punt followed by a 42-yard punt, and those are 2 big swings of his right leg.
Yeah, the first one he got the nice roll. This time he punted it perfectly. Just a great job by him. He at least gives his team a chance. And 49ers with 3 timeouts. And now it's up to this vaunted defense that we've talked so much about. Can they make a play? And can they get the ball back to Jimmy Garoppolo with one last chance?
See Matthew Stafford with a record-setting first season in a Rams uniform, setting the LA record for passing yards in a season, breaking the record held formerly by Kurt Warner back in 01, the Hall of Famer. They hand to Michel, who gets a couple. Timeout taken by San Francisco. The NFL playoffs are here. It all kicks off with Super Wild Card Weekend. The action gets started with a Saturday doubleheader. A Sunday tripleheader follows, and then for the first time ever, a Wild Card Monday. 3 days, 6 games, one epic weekend. The road to Super Bowl 56 starts here. Troy, no team has really mortgaged the future with regard to draft picks like the Rams have. And draft picks are basically a distant memory for this organization, at least high ones. They dumped a lot of draft picks to get Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, a second and a 3rd round pick, and they've stepped up.
49ers aren't too far behind them.
True. Michel got as much as he could. Picks up one. Timeout. It'll bring up 3rd down and long with 1:40 remaining and 1 timeout for the 49ers.
Well, here it is. 3rd down. I mean, this is the down right here. Can the 49ers make one last stop? A 1st down will end it.
They gave up a king's ransom to get Stafford. They were able to sign Odell Beckham. They made the deals to get Ramsey back in 2019 from Jacksonville. Von Miller with what they had left in the deal with the Denver Broncos. It's 3rd down and 7. Michel is brought down short of 1st down yardage, and the 49ers have life.
You know, Joe, you talk about all those moves that the Rams have made. And if the Rams are able to go on and win this game today, Jalen Ramsey, one of those they spent a lot to bring in, makes the big interception that doesn't give up any 49er points. Stafford makes the touchdown throw to Cooper Kupp. And then Von Miller on that 3rd down play makes the sack on Jimmy Garoppolo.
1:34 remains. No timeouts for the 49ers, with Hecker out there to punt and Travis Benjamin waiting. End over end punt. And just outside the 10 at the 12. The fair catch by Benjamin. That means 88 yards to get it in the end zone to have a chance to get to the postseason. See the Saints 30-13 over Atlanta.
Well, we don't know what Jimmy Garoppolo's future is going to be with the 49ers, but I know he'd sure like to make sure it extends one more week.
Pass is caught. Ayuk out to the 33.
And that's a heck of a start to this drive, to be able to deliver the ball to Ayuk and pick up a nice gain. Now they can get off and rolling.
21 yards to start the drive. Pass is behind, but caught by Jennings. Short gain.
Yeah, you'd rather not even complete those.
Just 5 yards. Under a minute. Garoppolo for Samuel. He's got it. Down near the 20. 43 yards to the 19. Garoppolo clocks it and 34 seconds remain. And there's a flag possibly for an offside on the Rams.
Deebo Samuel was hollering at the officials to get the call. They got the flag, and I think you're right.
Offside. Defense, number 54. 5-yard penalty. First down.
They got Leonard Floyd, 54. It's close. They're going to tack on a few more yards, but what a great job by Garoppolo keeping that play alive. He drives the ball in. That's two big throws by Jimmy to put him down here now in striking distance to where they can go to the end zone.
And it is 1st and 5, not 2nd and 5, as that penalty on Leonard Floyd stops the clock. Timeout taken by the Rams.
Timeout Los Angeles. Their first of the half, 30-second timeout.
Here's a big play by Garoppolo.
Yeah, Garoppolo.
Deebo.
Yeah, he hangs up in there. But Deebo Samuel at the end of this, you see, he's expecting it initially to be thrown to the corner. But he realizes where he is and what his quarterback is doing, and he pulls up. See right here? He turns around and just throttles down enough to where Jimmy can get the ball to him. And then, like we've said, then he turns into a running back. Jalen Ramsey, it looked like when it was thrown that he might have been able to get underneath it. He laid out, did everything he could, but just couldn't quite get a hand on it.
The drive started at their own 12. The ball is sitting at the 14 of LA. 1st and 5 with 35 seconds left. What a game Deebo Samuel's had. Every which way. Garoppolo, Samuel threw his hands maybe a bit high.
Yeah, it got away from him. The Rams are running a red zone defense, 4 across, and so it's hard to hit the seams. You see the 4 across here, so if you can just put it on him, if Jimmy Garoppolo is able to drive this ball and put it on his body, now, you know, can you break a tackle? Can you get in the end zone? If not, you're inside the 5-yard line with all kinds of time.
Pass is caught. Jennings, touchdown, 49ers.
Boy, the Rams just blew coverage. They have 2 guys on Brandon Ayuk, and Jennings is able to come underneath it. You got Rapp here, right there at the top of that, and then Jennings comes underneath it, and just nobody then there with him.
Remember, Juszczyk is holding, and Gold has tied it. For the first time, it's week 18 around the NFL, and this game worth the wait.
What a job by Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, just some big-time throws to make it happen. You're going to see Ayuk, I believe he's right here, and you're going to see the 2 guys that are going to go with him, and then Jennings comes underneath it. So there's Ayuk, and they just totally bust on Jennings, and Garoppolo then has to find him, which he does. I don't know if I'm sorry, Joe. I don't know if that's Nick Scott, 33, who's supposed to be driving down on Jennings, or if Darius Williams is supposed to follow with him. But regardless, the result is the same. It's a blown coverage, and Jennings makes the play.
What a job by Garoppolo to get the ball in the end zone. And remember what Kyle Shanahan told us, and you touched on it earlier. Mohamed Sanu has been on IR with a knee injury. He's healthy enough to come off, but he said, I can't sit Jauan Jennings. He's got 2 touchdowns in this game. One on a throw from Deebo Samuel, and now this one to tie it from Garoppolo.
I just don't know if we can say enough about Jimmy Garoppolo, really, Joe, in the year that he's had. I mean, you bring in, you spend all those draft picks that we talked about to bring in Trey Lance, and nobody could have handled it better than the Jimmy Garoppolo and how he has handled it. And then with the season on the line, with under 2 minutes to play, and here they come and takes them right down the field, big time throws.
I mean, doing it all with a chip fracture and a torn ligament in his right thumb.
This is far from over in regulation. The Rams still have 2 timeouts.
Stafford throws. Higbee, a diving catch.
Maybe.
Ball came out, but he was ruled down up at the 38.
Yep.
Good catch.
Good call.
timeout by the Rams after the 49ers just went 88 yards in 61 seconds to tie it. Now 18 seconds remain. And hope is alive and well for the 49ers trying to get into the postseason. But they have to win.
You look at this, they're needing about 25 to 30 yards to get them in position for a field goal attempt, or at least within his range.
Four-man rush. Stafford is sacked. Eric Armstead. And the clock will wind down to zeros, and we will go to overtime.
Yeah, this is one. Eric Armstead makes a heck of a play, but I thought that Stafford could have gotten this ball out and just, give it one more shot. He steps up, didn't like what he saw, but there was time for Stafford to get this out. But instead, he takes the sack, and they let it wind down.
5 sacks for this 49er defense in this must-win game.
Boy, what a game. What a game. The 49ers have shown what they're about, down 17 points, and they able to come back and just never quit, kept playing. About what we expected coming in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the overtime rules are on Infinity York for you now. The Rams trying to win here to win the NFC West, secure their spot as the number 2 seed, and still win the division with a loss and an Arizona Cardinals loss. And the Cardinals are trailing at home to Seattle by 4.
San Francisco, you have the opportunity to call the coin toss again. We're going to play one 10-minute regular season overtime period. Each team will have an opportunity to possess the ball unless the team that first receives the kickoff scores a touchdown or the team that's first on defense scores. Each team is going to have 2 timeouts. All replay challenges will come from the replay officials. Fourth quarter timer rules will be in effect. All right, San Francisco, you have the opportunity to call. Heads. The Inspire Change logo will be heads, and the NFL logo will be tails.
Oh, yeah, hands.
And it's heads.
Hey, we want it.
San Francisco has one toss and wants to receive. Hold up.
49ers will start the overtime with the football. By the way, if this game ends in a tie, both teams secure what they came in trying to secure here today. Overtime coming up. 49ers will start this overtime with a ball. We're going to say it again. If this game ends in a tie, the Rams win the NFC West, and the 49ers clinch their spot in the postseason.
Kyle Shanahan might take that, but I'm not so sure McVay would.
That would cost the Rams the number 2 seed. And the first possession of the overtime starts at the 25. As these two teams are wringing everything they can out of Week 18 and the end of the regular season. What a phenomenal game to watch in person. And glad you're with us on TV. Kyle Shanahan will tell you that nobody tougher on his team than Jimmy Garoppolo. Very hard on himself. Playing with the torn ligament in his thumb. Has the respect of his teammates. He and the 49ers have a chance. Quick throw, Samuel a little behind and through his hands.
Oh, he had it. He had exactly what he wanted. They ran the run-pass option, and Garoppolo sees it perfectly. The Rams hit it, and if he hits Deebo Samuel in stride, if he makes one guy miss, I mean, he is going to be running for a while. It has been quite a performance by Jimmy Garoppolo. Pretty gutsy what he's been able to play through in that thumb, the big-time throws that he has made, put his team back on his shoulders and tied it up.
They hand to Samuel. Makes one cut and has a first down as the Rams are yelling for a holding call they don't get. 13-yard carry by Samuel. Let's watch Kittle here on Floyd. And that grab of the jersey as the Rams sideline was calling for a hold.
He looked like he got a little bit of a pull, and they also had Jeff Wilson out there, and he was in the lineup and he was helping block.
Samuel is spent. Here's a toss to Mitchell. Strong out across the 45 to the 46, gain of 8.
Well, this Mitchell has been impressive to get a chance to watch him in person for the first time this season, and the toughness that he has shown. It's just been a great game all the way around.
Back to him. First down into Rams territory. Flag comes in.
Holding. Offense. Number 60. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Well, that's Daniel Brunskill, the right guard. Yeah, there's the hold. And he's got a hold of Greg Gaines inside.
Moves the ball back to the San Francisco 36. Second and 12.
Been a fairly clean game overall.
Pass caught. Samuel. Garoppolo had to get rid of it fast as the Rams brought the blitz. Game of 6.
They turned the offensive line away, so when Reeder blitzes, yeah, he's got Reeder right in his face immediately. But with the completion, at least they, after that holding penalty, at least now they make this a manageable third down. A lot of things open up for Kyle Shanahan on that call sheet at 3rd and 6.
Pass is caught. Jennings, his big day continues. Juwan Jennings inside the 30.
It's such a great route by Juwan Jennings. We've seen him get open when he's in the zone, but here man coverage, and man, he just does an outstanding job on that route. Dante Dion is the one who is in coverage, locked up on him, and man, he got him on his heels, thinking he was going to go to the inside. He breaks to the outside, made it an easy throw then for Garoppolo.
34 yards on 3rd and 6.
That's big time.
Jennings 5 catches, 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mitchell. Well inside field goal range for Robbie Gould. As on first down, Mitchell carries for 2. '49ers trying to extend their winning streak over the Rams to 6 straight. They'll get into the postseason tournament.
You got Deebo Samuel and Kyle Juszczyk on the sidelines. That's a lot of versatility. Not on the field here on 2nd and 8. Toss to Mitchell, cuts back inside the 20.
17-yard line where it will be third down with under 6 to go in overtime.
Yeah, this offensive line, everybody, receivers, the backs, when they've had to block, the toughness that the runners have shown, whether it's Deebo Samuel or Elijah Mitchell. And this has been a group effort offensively for the 49ers.
Samuel back in. Third down and 3.
Deebo Samuel, he has left it all on the field today.
He's run for a touchdown and thrown for a touchdown. Timeout taken by the 49ers. How'd we get here? Well, in the fourth quarter, we've seen some big plays. The tip, the juggle, and the pick by Jalen Ramsey that led to this on the Cooper Kupp drive. And then Jauan Jennings as the 49ers went 88 yards in just over 1 minute to tie the game. And now after winning the coin flip, it's third down and 3. Touchdown wins it. Field goal gives the lead, but gives the Rams a chance to answer. And now timeout Rams.
Timeout Los Angeles. Their first of the overtime period. 30 seconds.
Seahawks are up 38-27 on Arizona. Saints 19 seconds left there, so Saints are going to end up winning and then hoping that somehow the Rams win this game to get New Orleans into the postseason.
Let's see if the 49ers change up what they were going to do. They broke the huddle. They put Deebo Samuel out to the offensive right. They changed it up, and Jalen Ramsey went with him. Now they got Samuel. Well, they're going back to it. So we have this matchup here, which is what they showed prior to the timeout.
Third down, quick throw. Jennings, what a game. He wants more and will take it down near the 8. We welcome in a new audience. Jauan Jennings has had his best game. 6 catches, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. Garoppolo playing with that tear in his right thumb. You see his numbers.
Well, again, it's Dante Dion who's in coverage on Jennings, and even with Dion to the outside, Jennings doesn't let his leverage affect how he's running the route, and he's able to get outside and then make the completion. Just really outstanding route running there.
First and goal, tossed to Mitchell. Dragged down at the 7. For anybody joining us, you've missed a tremendous game as the Rams jumped out on top 17-0, dominated the first half. 49ers got 3 points before halftime, then got 14 more to tie it at 17. Rams got a pick from Jalen Ramsey, turned that into 7 points, and the 49ers tied it. With an 88-yard drive in just over a minute. And now here we are in overtime. In the first possession, the 49ers are doing a lot of what they did to start the second half, marching the ball right down the field. And the final timeout taken by Kyle Shanahan before a second and goal. Well, the Rams in SoFi Stadium, second year for this stadium, and they have their biggest crowd they've ever had in this stadium for a Rams game. And that's in large part due to the way the 49er fans have traveled, because this has been loud no matter who's had the ball, and what a game this has been.
It's been unbelievable. It's one of those games you just hate to see somebody lose, because there's been a lot of great individual performances, but just really impressed with Jimmy Garoppolo and what the 49ers have been able to do, considering the start, like you said, that the Rams had to go up 17-0. They fought and clawed their way back into it.
Here's Samuel, nothing. And the play made by David Long and Greg Gaines.
Well, it only seems fitting that if the 49ers are going to win it right here with a touchdown, that it's going to be on the arm of Jimmy Garoppolo.
Clock continues to run. Kittle, the catch, the tackle. Strong play made by Burgess.
I'm a little surprised that he went to Kittle here because of the angle that Burgess has then on the tackle, because if he gets off him, he's got Deebo Samuel inside one-on-one right here in the middle.
Their second and final overtime period. Please reset the game clock to 2:48.
Here's Deebo on the inside. If you don't like it to Kittle, you come back to the inside. That's the second read. He's on Ramsey, but he had position, so he's got a much better chance for the touchdown going inside to Deebo rather than the way that was looking when he threw the ball out to the flat to Kittle.
They called forward momentum on Kittle, so the clock continued to run. That's why the Rams just used the final timeout on the board. As time kind of becomes a factor here.
100%. So now you got the Rams essentially in a 2-minute drill when they get the ball.
24-yard try by Gold. What a game Robbie Gold has had. 2 for 2 kicking field goals and 2 very good punts have factored in heavily. 49ers lead by 3. Rams about to get it back. 2:45 left in overtime. Well, this seesaw battle now has San Francisco on top. It could be the second biggest comeback win in the NFL this season. Would be a 17-point comeback. The Ravens overcame a 19-point deficit against the Colts, who were knocked out of the playoff picture today with a loss to Jacksonville. It happened back in week 5. Here's a return out shy of the 20 to the 18 is Brandon Powell. And now back on offense go the LA Rams. And you see the number for Stafford, 42 career game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime. He's coming off one at Baltimore last week. Most in the league since he was drafted 1 overall by Detroit. And Sean McVay's winning streak of going 43-0 when leading at the half is on the line here as they led 17-3 at the break. And now trail by 3 in OT. Stafford throws, and it's a one-handed attempt by Beckham with Kupp right behind him. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I'm not so sure he wasn't throwing to Kupp. That was not somebody had to have run the wrong route. This is not how you draw up plays when you got 2 guys basically side by side. I mean, that's why that's why it would have taken a miraculous catch by Odell Beckham. And they would have been talking about that one for the next 10 years.
Second and 10. Stafford slings it. Pass is short of Odell Beckham Jr. Brings up 3rd down and 10, and Stafford has to pick himself up off the turf before a big play.
They're definitely getting a push back into the lap of Matthew Stafford. Big Eric Armstead. As Jordan Willis is the one who finishes them off.
Listen to this noise. With the home team on offense. Pass is incomplete for Kupp, but a flag. Emmanuel Mosley in coverage. and a flag comes flying in the secondary.
Yeah, Mosley sure got a grab on him when Kupp's trying to take it to the inside. You see the pull right there.
Pass interference. Defense, number 4. Part of the foul. First down.
And that's a new set of downs for the Rams. That's tough duty. No matter who's drawn that assignment on Cooper Kupp, they haven't been successful.
That also stops the clock. 2:27 to go and a first down. Rams win with a touchdown. A tie gives the Rams the division and puts the 49ers in the postseason. Stafford has to pull it down. Throws to Higbee. Spinning catch. Greenlaw helps to force him out, and that will stop the clock. Jimmy Ward and Dre Greenlaw force him out after a gain of 9.
Oh, how about that tough running after the catch by Higbee?
Higbee with a 2-touchdown day. That came early.
Yeah, at the end of this, I mean, he's going to catch it and just keep going. Greenlaw can't keep him in bounds.
Second down and 1. Rams in overtime trailing by 3. First down carry by Sony Michel. And the 2-minute warning will hit with a first down for the Rams. The ball at their own 38. Touchdown wins it. Field goal would end this game in a tie. All right, obviously a lot to dissect. 3-point lead for the 49ers. Arizona has lost, so the Rams have won the NFC West. But if they don't overcome this deficit and win, they slide behind Tampa Bay in the seedings. Tampa Bay becomes the 2 seed. They would host Philly. Dallas would remain 4. They would host Arizona. 49ers watch Stafford go deep and picked off. Intercepted by Ambry Thomas. And the rookie has just ended this game. If he is inbounds, they'll look at it. And if it stands, and it looks like it will, the 49ers have won, and they're in the playoffs. He's in. And this game ends on a Stafford interception by the rookie Ambry Thomas. And an overtime win. What a game, as the 49ers just earned their way in today.
They decided to take a shot to Odell Beckham up the sideline. They hadn't really gotten him involved throughout this game. Even though Ambry Thomas initially is on top of it, if there was enough arm and he was able to get it out, then he can maybe make a play. But Ambry Thomas, who has gotten better and better and better, makes the play of the day for the 49ers.
They've confirmed the interception. The 49ers overcome a 17-0 deficit. Second biggest comeback win in the NFL this season to get into the playoffs. What a game. And an overtime win for the team that was down 17-0 early. 49ers win by 3. Back after this.